Hey y'all. So today we are starting out with 4 large navel oranges, and I did peel them, and now we have 3 sticks of butter. Y'all gotta just stick with me here. We're making a nice dessert and it's gonna be so good. And I got 1 egg that we are starting off with, and then I'm gonna end up adding 4 more. And you can adjust depending on how many oranges you use. This is a pretty large dessert, so the way we're doing it, it is larger. But if you are doing it in a smaller quantity, you can definitely change up the amounts. And I got my emulsifier, and I am just giving these oranges the business, y'all. And y'all see that's how it looks after I went ahead and emulsified those oranges in that butter for a minute or so. And you want to just make sure that is chopped up really good. All right. So then I am adding in some flour. And this is about 4 cups of flour that I'm adding in. And you can do it a piece at a time, like I'm doing, like a portion at a time, to mix this in good. I'm just starting with my spatula, but then I'm gonna get my mixer out in a second, just so I don't make a mess. I'm trying to not make a mess, even though my mama says if you're not making a mess, you're not cooking. And if you are enjoying this content, please like and subscribe below. Guys, that's how we are able to bring you this cool content, by your likes and your subscribes. It doesn't take very much. And I got the rest of my flour that I'm adding in here. And if you want the exact recipe, please just comment below and we'll shoot it to you. So next I am adding some baking powder, and I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of baking powder because we want this to rise up. This is gonna be a nice cake dessert, you know. So I wanted to show y'all what it looks like to use oranges. And I got a little bit of baking soda as well. You know, that's what makes a cake nice and ready to go. And I was having a time getting this open, honey, but it eventually opened for me after a second. Y'all see that? It took me a second. This is real time cooking here, y'all. And y'all, while we're at it, y'all gotta tell me in the comments where you guys are from and if I should have used a different fruit. I love oranges, so that's why I decided to use oranges for this one. And then I'm adding a teaspoon and a half of salt in there, because any good baker knows you need a little bit of salt. And you also need some sugar. And for the exact measurements, please just hit me in the comments. Say, girl, we need that recipe. And I got you. So this is about 1.5 cups of sugar. I am measuring with the heart, so y'all just got to trust me here. If you want to adjust your sugar content, please, you can do so. But like I said, this is a cake, so it is supposed to be a little on the sweet side. Y'all just gotta trust me. And then we mixed this up real good. I pulled out my mixer off camera and mixed it up. And that is what it looks like when you emulsify oranges. Isn't that cool? I got my baking pan ready. And this is going to rise a little, so make sure you give it a little room to grow. When you are putting it in your pan, it is just like a regular cake. And I'm just going to smooth this out just a little so it'll come out nice and pretty out the oven. And I'm not going to waste the rest of that batter. Haha. I got the second pan ready for you. Yeah. So this was a very large batch. So I wanted to make sure I had enough pannage ready to go. And like I said before, if you want this recipe, the exact measurements, please tell me in the comments. and we will shoot it right over to you, so you can get this exact recipe. We're just trying to see if these comments thing works. If you guys comment, then we can get it over to you before we start putting the exact recipe in there, just to start out with. I want to see if you guys really like these recipes. So this is how we're testing it out, when you guys ask for the recipe. If not, we can change the recipes and do something different. So I'm just smoothing this out, and I got my oven preheated to 350, and we're gonna bake these for about 30 minutes or so, and we'll see you guys in a minute. And before I reveal my cakes, I got some powdered sugar, because we're gonna make a nice glaze that goes on top. And I got some of that, one of my oranges, I had one that was left over, and we're gonna just juice these a little bit. It doesn't have to be to exact science. It's just a light glaze that we're gonna put over the top. And that's just the juice of one of these large navel oranges. Boy, these oranges were something. And it doesn't take a lot to make a glaze. So that was probably like a cup of powdered sugar. And I'm getting the juice out of this thing, let me tell you. And I'm going to do just a tad bit of milk. You can also do water if you want instead. That's totally up to you. But the glaze is still going to be delicious whether you use water or milk. And it's just a tad. And it depends on how thick you want your glaze. So the more you use, the thinner it's going to be. The less you use, the thicker it's going to be. So you can adjust to how you would like your glaze. And that's perfect for me, how I like my glaze to go on top of my cake. And you just want to whisk out all the bubbles and make sure that powdered sugar is all mixed up really, really nicely. And that's perfect for me, guys. But you can do it thicker or thinner, however you like it. And if you are enjoying me talking to y'all today, please like and subscribe below. Yes, 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 y'all. And it is a glaze, so we're just gonna pour that bad boy right on top. Y'all, I gotta tell y'all, this was so good. And when I saw the recipe, I was like, emulsifying oranges, is that gonna be good? And y'all, I was proved right. It was absolutely delicious. And that cake looks so beautiful. And I'm not normally a baker, and I baked this, y'all. I did that. Y'all, if you want the recipe, please comment below and let me know, and we will go ahead and send you that recipe right on over. So I'm not gonna leave y'all without getting a taste of this cake, because it was absolutely delicious, and I totally enjoyed making this. This was so fun to do. I really enjoyed it. And I'm gonna do mine pie style. So I'm just gonna give me a slice here. And it was nice and moist and perfect. Oh my goodness, guys. And that orange glaze just did the trick. It was so good. I'll see y'all next time.